From the vault, high atop the pastoral center of the Diocese of Camden, you're listening to Talking Catholic.
Hello, once again through Talking Catholic, the official podcast of the Catholic community of South Jersey. I'm Pete Sanchez, and with Mike Walsh, we're delighted to have you join in, listeners.
Yeah, and we're on the road today, aren't we?
We are. We are out of the vault, and we're in a beautiful location that we will reveal shortly. And let's get to some news announcements. Mike, we are coming up, and it's March. So let's get to it.
It's also a gorgeous March day. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's a gorgeous February 28th day right now.
Yes,
it's almost a gorgeous March day.
We are recording the last day of February 2019, and you will hear it in March. So that's why. But
yeah.
Sorry, I just spoiled.
No, it was nice because I forget spoiling things. We're in Merchantville right now. We're actually in your home parish, if I'm not mistaken.
I love it. I'm very happy to be
here. It's always a gorgeous parish to. It's number one, a gorgeous parish to come to. B, I always enjoy driving to it because a beautiful street leading up to the church, coming out of Pennsauken, and 3, such lovely people.
Oh, lovely. Well, thanks, Mike. I'll take that as a compliment.
I mean, everybody else here is lovely. I can't speak for you, but everyone else is that I meet here is outstanding. It's also beautiful here, and once again, anyway, but no, it's nice to be on your home turf. This is good.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here with my people.
You do feel at home.
It's good. I do. I'm among the people. It's wonderful.
And we know what happens when you're in your comfort zone. They always tend to be. Those are the editions of the podcast that are extra interesting. Because you get very up and excited.
I do.
Nice.
Well, I'm just happy to. I think you're right. I think a lot of people would say whenever they're comfortable and relaxed, it's the real side of them, the authentic side can come out. And I think that's kind of how I feel right now.
And that's a good thing with you because you are naturally authentic and up and joyful. The problem is when I'm relaxed, I'm authentically angry and jaded and bitter. So a whole different side comes out. So that's why it's so nice to hear from you.
Oh, Mike.
That's why we can't go to my hometown because who knows what I'll say.
No, well, I do pray for your conversion, Mike. I do.
Do it. Converting to a kind person.
It's in you, Mike. I know it. I feel it.
Let's hope.
No, well, thank you for the kind words. And you're a great guy. You're a great host. I really. So I mean, mad props to you
for dragging my butt here today.
No, for just being you. You're pretty cool.
Oh, gee, thank you for saying so.
I mean it.
You're not getting a raise, but thank you for saying so.
No.
Okay.
Well, we got someone coming up. This is really neat. Tuesday, March 19th, Mike. We've talked about Theology on Tap. It is once again happening at Tiernanog, 482 East Evesham Road in Cherry Hill from 7 to 9 p.m. The Theology on Tap is for 20 and 30-somethings to hear dynamic speakers and engage in meaningful conversation in a casual atmosphere. And actually this year, the Diocese of Camden and the Youth and Young Adult Ministries is partnering with our alma mater, St. Joe's University, to bring in Father Dan Joyce he's from St. Joe's. He's going to talk about exploring the relationship with God, commitments to faith, community, action, and prayer. So this will be exciting. I'll be there, and I hope you're there too, Mike.
No, I'm not. I can't. We're not podcasting it, and I'm too old.
Well,
it's a young adult thing.
Well, I think.
You think there'll be a St. Joe's University alumni caveat put in there?
Probably.
All Hawks are invited as well.
You can
whether elderly like myself.
I think so.
Okay.
I think you'd be good. So this is again.
What evening is that again?
Tuesday, March 19th. St. Joseph's Day, appropriately.
Yeah, that is appropriately. That's amazing. Will there be St. Joseph's cakes?
Good question.
I like a good Zeppeli. You know that.
Take that up with Greg Coogan. Ask him. That's who you can contact for more information on this, Mike. And for listeners, go to gregory.coogan@camdendiocese.org, or it's on Facebook and Twitter. Theology on Tap South Jersey on Facebook, Theology on Tap SJ on Twitter. Again, Tuesday, March 19th, Tiernanog in Cherry Hill from 7 to 9, Theology on Tap. The theme is naming what's important. And Mike, we're excited for this. The iRace for Vocations is once again taking place on March 31st. Again, it is at Washington Lake Park in Seoul. Beautiful Washington Lake Park. This is going to be the last day of we're recording here last day of February. This event is the last day of March. So Bishop Sullivan will be there with hundreds of supporters to pray for, promote vocations, and also if you're a runner, there is a 5K, so if you want to register for that and your family, that'll be fun. There'll be prizes given out after that, or
and it's all
awards.
Free.
It is free.
And for those worried about March 31st, we have had fantastic weather every time we've done iRace. This is about 4 weeks earlier than 3-4 weeks earlier than we usually do it. So a lot of people are saying, well, is it going to be ice skate for vocations? And I'm like, no, we will not have an ice storm that day. I'm confident it'll be a sunny, beautiful pre-spring day.
I like it, Mike. I like your confidence. I'm going to join you with that.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be a beautiful day.
And if not, take it up with Father Michael Romano or John Kalitz, who decided to push it to March 31st. So that's who you can blame.
But, well, we can praise them, too, if it's a beautiful day.
That's right. I'm confident it will be. Unless it isn't, in which case it's their fault.
Well, so whatever day, it's going to be great just to pray for, promote vocations in the Diocese of Camden, vocations to the religious life, and there'll be men and women religious there. There'll be Mass with Bishop Sullivan. There'll be food and family entertainment. There's also going to be a 1 mile walk in addition to the 5K.
1.5 mile.
1.5. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you training for the 1.5 mile walk again this year?
I might. Yeah, okay. I guess. Yeah.
Because you were training for it last year. You told me. You actually had your sneakers on. You were working out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I might. The other, get my rosary. Get the. I do have a.
I've never done it. I've always been so busy. I've never been able to do the walk. Like I attend, but I'm always taking pictures and stuff like that.
It's a nice little nature walk. You can really see. Mm-hmm. It's just a beautiful location. I hope.
My Apple Watch tracks your movement, and I tracked it last year, and I ended up walking 12 miles. So
okay.
Yeah, because I'm going all over the place.
Yeah.
So apparently I don't need to do the 1.5 mile.
I think you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Right.
Are we going to be doing the same thing? Probably with the mics. And
I hope so. Last year we did the Facebook Live, and I hope we get to do that again this year. I don't know who my co-host for that'll be, but we'll see.
Why wouldn't it?
Well, last year when I interviewed the bishop and Father Romano, I forgetting. Oh, I had to do it. Somebody else.
That was Mary, I think, right?
No, I ended up having to do the interviewing, and someone else had to shoot the video.
Okay, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either. That was weird.
Yeah.
Usually you're on camera with me.
Anyway, well, I hope I'll be there this year, and it'll be a good time. There'll be Mass, food and family entertainment. That starts at 1 p.m. The Mass, I believe.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
I believe.
I forget exactly.
Do you need more?
Checking my notes again.
I'm not sure the agenda's on that, but
okay.
Show up. The mass is, I will admit, my favorite part of the entire day. As much as everything else is great and joyful, that mass is so beautiful to be at. If you've never had the opportunity to be at an outdoor mass with 1,000 of your favorite Catholic friends, it is outstanding. It goes across all age groups. So you have young people there. I mean, young like kids, like 4-year-olds there, and then you have all these high school kids and all these college kids, and then you have all these young adults, and then you have all the priests and religious and brothers and sisters, and then you have the old fogies like me, and then it's just beautiful. It is my absolute favorite spiritual day of the year that doesn't include presents.
No, I think it's I want to see you dancing with the sisters this year, Mike.
Not gonna happen. I'm too busy. But I will be there, and I will be capturing the joy of dancing with the sisters.
That sounds good enough.
Okay.
But I'll try to get you out on the it's not the dance grass, not the dance floor.
The dance
It'd be grass.
The dance field?
The dance field. Thank you. That's better. This is in Washington Lake Park in Sewell. So come on out. Go to CamdenPriest.org for more information, or to register, and even to make a prayer pledge for vocations. And register for the 5K run and show up for the 1.5 mile walk. And then, Mike, we got I think we got one more announcement. The Faithful Food Drive is coming up April 7th. This is kind of
this is a tradition now. I think we're up to the 6th annual.
I think so. So bring your canned goods. There'll be more information April 7th, Sunday. And all the parishes in the diocese are collecting canned goods and non-perishable items to go to local food pantries and in and around South Jersey.
Yeah. And what people don't realize is, there's oftentimes a lot of giving around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, by this time of the year, those shelves are now empty again, and the two most difficult times for people to find food in a situation like that is about the mid-spring mark, and then again in the middle of the summer. The summer is actually the worst. Summer is the worst because most kids are home from school, so a lot of parents get the benefit of breakfasts at the schools and lunches at the schools. Well, during the summer months, that's when it's the worst because you don't have that coverage. So you end up having to provide 3 meals as opposed to just one for your family. And if you're in a situation of food insecurity, those months are very difficult. So I always encourage everyone, not just the Faithful Food Drive, but it would be great if we could all get into the habit of donating food throughout the year and not just at Thanksgiving and Christmas, because that food insecurity doesn't go away. There's always a need. There's always a need. So anyway. So, Peter, I said we were in your hometown. Why are we here?
We are here at the...
Because we're surrounded by a lot of lovely people, I gotta say, who were very excited for us to walk in. It was unusual for people to be excited to see us. So
I know. I was like, wait, am I in the right place? No. But I am. I knew I was in the right place. We're at St. Pete's, Merchantville, at the Senior Center. And Bobby Bradley, the director of the Senior Ministry. How are you, Bobby?
I'm doing great, Pete. I just want to thank you and Mike for coming out today. Our gang here that is sitting in front of us, and we have 2 others that are coming to the door right now, Laura, if you would be so kind. They are the most lively, amazing, wise souls you would ever want to meet. And I have the privilege of being in their company 5 days a week, Monday through Friday from 10 to 2.
And we should say that we are in a sort of a tight spot right now. We probably have 25 people with us.
We're overflowing right now.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. But when Pete and I first came in, it was a cacophony of sound because there was so much. There was so much conversation going on. And at that time, I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do a podcast. The members of your senior center are quite. I think they've gone back to their Catholic school days. They're very
quiet. The best, Mike. They would call me the Mother Superior.
Oh, I can see that.
They would be honest to tell you that there are rules that we abide by. We are a consensus group, however, so that we never do anything without the whole group's permission.
Okay.
Because it is their ministry.
Now, who else is with us on the mics today?
Oh, we have Marge Campbell.
Hi.
And Marge has been with us probably almost 8 years, right, Marge?
8 years, yes.
And Marge, do you want to tell Mike how you got here? Because that's a great story.
Well, the reason I came was because my daughter said to me, once it was in the bulletin, you have to go to the senior center that they're going to open because I know Bobby and she's wonderful. And at the time, I was going to another senior center, and I thought, I'll go. And the day that I went, I don't even know if it was the end of the day. It was probably 2 hours after I was there, and I said to Bobby, I cannot believe this. I can't believe this is a senior center. Everybody is so vibrant, happy, walking, and we're up to date.
Tell Mike the word that you use, Marge, as to what the other one was. Not to be unkind or unchristian.
Boring. No matter what your age is in this life, nobody wants to be around boring. That is absolutely right. No.
But these guys are up to date.
I love that.
They know what's going on, and they're right with it. And we love Bobby, and it's just a great place to come and praise the Lord.
Yeah. Very lively and joy-filled.
I believe that. And who else is with us?
The next person is Eileen O'Brien.
Just got out.
Now, let me just tell you a little bit about Eileen O'Brien. Because Eileen O'Brien, Mike and Pete, believe it or not, was in the first ever video that we did for our gala in 2015.
Wow, really?
She was representative of the group during our gala. She not only was in video, but she has also been in newspaper,
wow,
television, and now today a podcast.
Wow.
And she's so young.
The spokesperson for the senior center. I love
And
this.
Eileen, would you mind sharing your age? Because I think it's dynamic for people to know that even at your young age of
80,
that
God
you
help
can
us and save us.
be on television, be on a podcast, be in video, and be in print. I mean, how great is that?
It's wonderful. The place is wonderful. I think they ask me if I want to be in something, and I always say yes, Hoop, and you won't pick me. But once I'm there, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I love it here. It's fantastic. Every day is another day of fun, different things. Are they cutesy wootsy?
Yeah.
Are you ever in a family that's cutesy wootsy?
Yeah,
Everybody? No.
I hate it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, that's why it's so real, because we all have opinions, and then Bobby has to rein us in.
That sounds like my kind of place. All
That's
right.
really true. They are really wild.
And we do everything. Everything you could think of, 3 days a week of exercise, and we had trivia, but our trivia expert,
Let's give a shout out to Rocky.
Rocky.
Yay,
God.
Rocky.
Rocky Palermo.
Woo!
Wonderful
We love
guy.
you, Rock. Get better quick. Our
Yeah.
love and prayers to you. And
We
sweet
miss
Mary
him.
Ann, your daughter.
Marianne that brings him. He was in a car accident too before that. So, I mean, there's always something going on. There's always speakers like yourself. Well, you're in the paper, but with the other things that go on, we have people that come on scamming. We have people come on the latest health things.
Yeah.
So
they're teaching you how to scam, or are they? Oh, okay. Because that's
well,
that's
no,
a
we
very
know
useful
how to
tool.
do that.
Oh,
We don't.
okay.
We have to know how to not get caught.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Or recognize a scammer. And I was shocked at some of the things they said, because you don't think of them as scam things,
Yeah.
but they are.
Yeah.
If you stand back and hear somebody say it, then you think, oh, I didn't know that. But it's true, And it's hard for me to be scammed, I think, because as soon as you mention any kind of word that has money involved, you're done.
Yeah.
Don't be talking about me giving you money. That ain't never going to happen.
So I'm not going to hear Bobby on the phone. She's not going to give me a call asking for
That's correct, Pete. No. Although we do a lot of fundraising, and if anybody would like to support the St. Peter Senior Ministry, we'd be so happy for
We are
that.
very accepting of all monies. Anything you want to give.
So, Bobby, tell me
Yes,
about
Mike.
tell me about the genesis of the senior center.
Absolutely. Well, we opened, believe it or not, January 10th, 2011. So we're in our 8th year, which is really, really a gift. And it really all started back in 2005, 2006, when Bishop Galante had done a lot of speak up sessions throughout the diocese. And he wanted to see what people really wanted. And one of his priorities was a thing called compassionate outreach, which really touches my heart. I'm a nurse of 42 years, and we had an incredible pastor, Father Anthony Manapella, who had a vision to open a senior center here in our parish of St. Peter's. And really his vision to have it on a daily basis, to really minister to these souls. As Father liked to say, these were the people that really grew our church. They have supported it and prayed for it. And also not only with their money, but with their hands in volunteering and doing good works. So when we opened the door, we entitled the ministry, St. Peter Senior Ministry, A Work of Love. And I have to say that it really has been that. We are really a family, so it's not really like a hot lunch program or a social gathering. We are family. People here really care about one another. If one of our friends is down with surgery or an illness, cards go out, phone calls go out. We really just care about everybody that's here. And I know some of our friends certainly would want to add to that, because they've all been very complimentary to all of us for caring about them when they're in those situations. This group of incredible seniors, I can't stress that enough, really. They really have driven the ministry for all these years. They realize the importance of doing what you say you're going to do. So I think anybody that is privileged to work with this population, they were the people that had been in World War II, had gotten through the Depression, and they really do count on the Word as being the solid ground that we operate from. So we've been really blessed, Mike, to be going 8 years strong, And we pray that God will continue the work for many, many, many years to come. I'm hoping not to retire till at least 80, and that there will be somebody that will be here to carry on the gauntlet.
So tell me, what is a day in the life of the senior center? Like,
Well, that
aside from all of the joy and the laughter.
Well, we're a very active group, as Eileen and Marge had commented on. Right now, we're gearing up for a major flea market that we're having on Saturday. We are not bored by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, I think they're a lot younger than I am at this point. We have 13 people in their 90s that are just rocking it. I mean, just rocking it and doing great things. Like Eileen said, we come in the morning, the doors open at 10, and people can come as late as 11, depending on doctor's appointments and all that good stuff. And we always start our day in prayer. Our ministry is really directed by God. I'm just kind of like the stand-in, his representation. And we pray. For those of us who want to do the rosary, we have a beautiful chapel here, so we can go into the chapel. And then we all come together and pray as a group. So for the people who maybe missed morning rosary, they get to be part of that prayer also. Then we talk about what we're doing. And like I said, we're having a flea market. We're having the bishop come to see us in April, which is so exciting. We love the bishop. We always remember him on his birthday on St. Patty's Day. He was here with us 4 years ago for St. Patty's Day, which was a great treat for us. And then we usually do whatever the activity of the day is: exercise, trivia, speakers, parties. And then we have lunch. And then we do a lot of talking.
Now, before we go on to the talking, like any place, a place travels, and its success is based on its food often. How's the quality of the food here?
Oh, we have the best director of culinary services, Carla Hughes. Amazing. Carla does everything from shopping to preparing the menus. She does the great party planning, so we have all kinds of delicious delicacies. We've had certain pizzas in the shape of a certain holiday, different desserts. She's just the best. And she's also my right hand. She's just the best.
It's important to have a good right hand. I certainly understand that.
She really is.
So tell me about the talking.
Oh.
You end your day with the talking.
I think we should let one of the seniors add, Mike. Could we hand the mic off to someone else about that?
Yeah. Could you just tell us? Yeah. What's the talk?
You don't want me to tell you what I talk about.
Oh, we love that kind of stuff.
I don't want you to tell us that.
But you have to tell us your name
what
first.
I want to say is all the seniors that are listening to this station, yous are all welcome to St. Pete's Ministry. No matter what nation you are from, this is God's house, and yous are all welcome. Please come. But what we talk about is our day, our night.
Got racy all of a sudden. All right.
I know we're on the radio. Woo woo. Our Tony.
Late, Mike.
Yeah, that's Tony. We used to have quite a few men here.
And Tony took care of them all, or what?
He is the king of the house.
Oh, okay.
He's our pride and joy. And then it's me. I am known. Do you want to know what I'm known as?
Man.
You ready?
You got
I am known as the can lady. That I go around to people and they donate money to me.
Did not know where we were going there, but all right.
And then it goes to the ministry for us to run the ministry, to get things for the ministry. And then we donate to people that are in need for the holidays and everything. But this is a lovely place to come. We do pray, which I enjoy. And we do have a lot of fun and a lot of parties and a lot of dancing. And another thing. You ready?
Oh, God.
I'm a pole dancer.
Oh, my heavens.
I thank you for my interview. Okay? Right, Town? Thank you.
I've never had to use the explicit tag on this podcast before, but I may have to for the first time.
You might have to, Mike.
Bobby, thanks for the warning.
Absolutely. What I wanted to share about Gloria and her can, we had a wonderful...
want me to get my can?
What we had, see, the joy, God has a great sense of humor. And we had a wonderful senior, Jules Marco, who has since gone to his eternal reward. We have no due or any kind of monetary, fee for our seniors to come. It's a free will gift, obviously, for them. And Jules Marco was a gentleman in his late 90s who came up with the idea that we needed a donation can, to put our pennies, quarters, dollars, whatever we could in. And so Gloria has taken that on as her responsibility, which is great because we have an incredible poet in the room, Claire McClernand, who has written many, many, many poems for us. Matter of fact, they're in our bulletin and in our lovely brochure. So there's a lot of seniors who have tremendous gifts that really are now coming. Yes, the can is right in front of us. And it says, go ahead, Pete, what does it say? So they know what it says.
St. Peter's Senior Ministry, free will offering for our wonderful seniors. I love it.
That's right. And Gloria makes sure that everybody opens their purse or their pocket every day to put a little something in there.
Well, Bobby, one of the things I think where are the seniors coming from? Are they just from Merchantville or Pennsauken or so? And
Sure. Initially, when we started, we didn't know how many people we were going to have, so it was just really for our seniors of the parish. But then we had so many calls, Pete, so we kept a copybook realistically and put everybody who called down. And they were people from Mary Queen of All Saints. We had St. Stephen's. We had people from Mount Laurel. All over Cinnaminson, where, Mary? Cherry Hill. So all the areas. So once we knew what our populace was going to be on a daily basis, then I could reach out and call everybody. We also have people that are not Catholic. We have Jewish people and Protestant people and, Catholic people. And it's just a matter of fact, we have a convert in the room today because one of our dear seniors, Isabel, brought a dear friend of hers, Richard, who was a Protestant, right, Rich? Baptist. A Baptist. And now he's one of us.
I think, and you're a Brother Knight.
And he's a Brother Knight.
Yeah, I saw you at the meeting on Tuesday night. I know, Richard. Richard, okay. Rich. Okay. Great. Well, wonderful. Great to see you again. And this is 2 days. How many?
We are
days
5 days a week.
I'm sorry.
We are 5 days a week. Yes, Monday through Friday.
And how many hours?
We're here from 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
10 to 2. Yes.
So with us,
we can go over if we have our pinochle group. They can stay till 3, or if we have a lot to speak about, we could be here one day this week. We were here till 20 of 4.
Oh, mercy, yes.
So, the door's open. I'm here from 9 to 5, so we just hang out and just, journey with whatever God wants us to journey. We have a real exciting thing, though, Pete, to share with you and Mike. Okay. Because St. Peter's School is right next door, we have been privileged to have the students from St. Pete's with us. And yesterday we had the 3rd graders who came in and did a great rendition from their social studies class. And they were characters like Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, an MC. It was fabulous. And they also came with their recorders and they played a little song for us. Because we're a rocking school here at St. Pete's, and the seniors and the children are a force to be reckoned with.
Now, see, that's something I truly enjoy.
Sign language.
Oh, what's that?
We're learning sign language from the little ones.
Oh, really?
Yes. We are so smart over here. It's a shame.
Wow, that's amazing. That is 2 things I absolutely love to hear. I love it when the generations come together. I found that it is beneficial to both the young folks and the older folks. And then I've always wanted to learn sign language. So I am very jealous of you right now. That is outstanding.
When you get old enough, you can join.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
We'll make an exception, though, Mike. You could come
thank you very
early.
much.
You could come early. We would love to have you with us.
Tell me again. What is the age that you can start coming? What is the
Well,
minimum
we
age?
started at 65.
Mike, you're kind of in between. You're not quite young enough for TOT, and
Not
you're
quite old enough for this. God willing, in time though.
in the gap.
But we could really, really to be a senior is 55.
Right.
So, we could probably look at that, Mike, and kind of change it up. But originally 8 years ago, the thought was 65. Now, I don't want our friends who are listening to us think that we're not humble. We really are very humble. But we're really just promoting this incredible work because, we don't want to come off as like, this is it. But we are, this is it. But, know.
I really do get that impression. And, that, it's not an accident that we're here. Your reputation has preceded you.
Well, thank you.
Usually we catch wind of things and we're like, we need to shine a spotlight on that. And we've actually been trying to make this happen for a couple of months now. Pete and I were just sort of hung up with a number of other things we had to get done. So we're thrilled that we're able to be here. And I'm doubly impressed because I think before we started the podcast, you mentioned that you have had other parishes come through to sort of learn the A's and Z's about how to make something like this happen. To your knowledge, is there anybody else in the diocese that's not quite reached your level yet, of course, but trying?
Oh, no, I'd love to talk about that. We have a great parent company, Vitality, who I would love to honor in a special way because Deacon Jerry and Father Sanjay and Ann Perillo, they are really been very supportive of our work here. And they are trying their very best to get, especially Anne, that is her role, to get other senior centers up and running. We have a great one down at St. Andrew the Apostle with Monsignor Marucci and a wonderful woman by the name of Teese who is doing that work. And they've been in operation for 2 years. And they're only open for 2 days, but they're looking to expand, which is great. And we also had another senior center that opened in Mantua in September of 2018. And they were open, I believe, too. They just unfortunately lost their beautiful director. Our Lord called her home, so they are looking for somebody to take over. But we've been blessed, all of us here, the seniors, myself, to meet all these wonderful people who are interested in doing this. So sometimes the pastor would come, sometimes the representatives from the parish council, or maybe the people they had thought about as their directors to come. And our seniors have blown these lovely people out of the water with their knowledge and their investment in this work. In my nursing background, the socialization for people is top paramount. As you know, a lot of our seniors are isolated, lonely, can't drive, can't get out at nighttime when a lot of the parishes have all these events that we're privileged to go to, but they can't get there because they can't drive. So this affords them an opportunity during daylight hours where they can mingle and learn something and engage in something and have a great lunch in case their nutrition is off or whatever it might be. And then as we journey with them, a lot of our seniors right in this room today have been with us from the beginning 8 years ago. I can kind of see if they maybe possibly need a call to the physician or maybe their family needs to get involved. So we do a lot more work of just then being a center or a ministry. We also do, nursing, psychology, social, all those things that are part of a human nature. And, as God, we're mind, body, and spirit, so we're all three together. And
that really says a lot about the quality of any kind of institution, that you're really looking at the whole person, not just something to do for 4 hours.
Correct.
It's you're creating relationships, and I certainly understand, a number of my more elderly family members, most of whom have passed on now, the ones that were the most healthy were the ones who maintained interconnected relationships
most
deep
definitely.
into their years. And I have one grandfather left right now. He's 92. And he was the one that was convinced that he was going to die in his 40s because his father had died, and his father had led a hard life and died in his 40s. And so for 50 years, my grandfather's been convinced he was going to die, and he's outliving everybody. And But the one difference between him and everybody else is he's remained interconnected through sheer will more than anybody else. And I absolutely believe that there's a benefit to that. I'm not saying that it's a silver bullet, but I think it does have a habit of prolonging your life. And for all of his, he's a character, and, he's very dry wit. But for all of his joyful complaining, I don't think he'd have it any other way.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly. Our dear pastor now, Father Tim Byerly, has an incredible father who's still living.
Oh, I know Father Mr. Byerly well. I love Mr. Byerly.
I do too, and we all do here. And he has journeyed with us for a couple of days, and we'd love to have him more often. But of course, he lives in Collingswood, and But it's so beautiful. So Father Tim sees the value too, certainly, of this kind of work and what this all means to the seniors, to keep them going strong. Our main mission of the ministry was for our seniors to grow in union with God. And as we like to say, and a lot of our priests, right now we have Father John Vasilevsky, who is journeying with us here at the ministry, that God gives us the opportunity when we're retired and getting up in years to do more praying and to be more close to Him.
Yeah.
So that's why prayer has been so integral, I think, to our ministry here. We give all the honor and glory to God, and He just keeps blessing that because He knows it's all for Him.
And that's something that you don't necessarily get at a run-of-the-mill senior center where it was boring, right? You were telling me, yes. Right. I think that little extra bit that thing that a Christian faith allows you that a secular place would not be able to provide.
Right.
You've been elsewhere. Did you find that to be the same?
I'm with you.
In addition to boring?
We get so much faith in this building. Mm-hmm. We're so blessed to have the tabernacle. Praise the Lord.
You want to mention that, Marge, about our beautiful chapel?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Well,
it's nearby here. We'll have to go take a tour.
It was a convent, Mike. We're in a convent space.
Oh, okay.
So all the sisters that were stationed here had their own chapel here on premises, obviously.
Yeah.
So we go into the chapel every day where we say our rosary, and then once a month our priests come and share Mass with us.
That is wonderful.
Liturgy right here in this space. So it's a real gift. And confessions.
Wow.
We're getting ready. Father John's going to be doing a day of recollection for us here at the ministry on April the 8th. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to really grow in union with God.
That's real. That really touches my soul. That's the kind of thing that would make me a happier person if I had a heart.
Do a big one. I can see.
Fit right in.
No, but that really is wonderful because that's something that I as someone who I literally I work across the parking lot from the cathedral. And I don't get over to it nearly as much as I'd like to, but when I can, it is such a blessing to have that availability that you can just go, in your case, right across the hallway, and spend a little time with the Lord.
Really true.
That is absolutely beautiful to hear.
Really. Sounds like that's the first thing you do.
It is, Pete. Everything, yes. God comes first.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete.
No, I was just going to say quickly, now you said this was a comment. Now I totally get the Mother Superior reference. Perfect sense. Okay.
No.
Are you able to do much out of the building as well? Are there ever any sort of retreats or excursions?
Yes. Well, Eileen, you speak it to that.
We have been everywhere. We've been up. Yeah. What's the place we go?
Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound.
I love Sight and Sound.
Love that.
That place is great.
Last year we saw Jesus. And we saw Samson. And
hey, before we go on, I didn't get a chance to make it to Jesus. How was that last year?
Fantastic.
They did a good job?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And the whole thing, and going up there, and there's a slight fee, not as much as they would charge up there, but it's wonderful. And we got a big bus, safety bus, and we have so much fun.
That's great.
And it's so great up there. We do a lot of things. We went down to see Father Manupala. We go here and there and everywhere.
We've been to all the shrines in Philadelphia, St. John Newman, St. Rita of Cassia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
St. Catherine Drexel when it was open. Unfortunately, they've closed that, but we were there before they closed it.
Well, actually, just today it was announced that the new shrine is now open in the cathedral. at the
Awesome,
Basilica. Yeah.
Awesome.
So as of, I think it's being announced at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So
Great
we'll have all the
news.
details on that soon.
Yes, and her feast day is March the 3rd, so she's a
Yep.
great special lady to us here.
Yeah.
That was one of our very first trips from the senior center, was to St. Catherine Drexel Shrine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was, and we had the sisters. We've also been down to the Little Sisters of the Poor
Oh, really?
in West Philadelphia. Our patron saint of the ministry is Saint Jean Jugan.
Mm-hmm.
She's an amazing woman. And Sister Veronica, who was their beggar sister, had come here to the ministry with another sister. And so we took the whole gang down. And what a day that was. I didn't want to be the tour guide, though, I have to admit. That wasn't what I hoped that the ministry would be. But we're doing it.
Well, it certainly sounds like a little value add, a little additional piece.
They love it. I just didn't want to. I have to own it. I just really didn't want to do the job.
No, that's well, with,
I can
the,
respect
jobbing
that.
kind of job. Yes,
with the warmer weather to it. I mean, it's getting to be warmer weather. The sun's out today.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like a Girl Scout leader, Pete, or a Boy Scout leader. That job, taking people on a bus and making sure everybody's safe. That wasn't just my thing.
That is a high stress job.
But I'm getting better at it. So
But she's great at everything she does. And this is all prayer warriors.
Oh, I believe that.
If you put the petition in here and you're supposed to you'll get it right away.
Really?
Yep.
Pete, anything you need him to pray for?
Just pray for me and my family.
we will, Pete.
Well, that's
Every
it.
day you'll be in our prayers.
Yep.
and
all
pray
our
for my
friends.
co-host.
And
Yeah.
we will definitely pray for Mike,
You
our
can find
new
a
friend.
heart. That'd be nice. That'd be good.
No, Mike, you have a great heart.
That is. I see. I am so joyful that we can, because honestly, well, as part of the podcast, Pete does a lot of research before we go someplace. I do as little research as possible, mostly because I want it to be a natural conversation like you would ordinarily have. So I had no idea what to expect when we walked in here. Matter of fact, ordinarily we do the podcast without an audience. So I want to thank you all for agreeing to listen to us prattle on for 45 minutes. This is absolutely delightful on our part. But the Catholic Church has been having a few bad weeks the last couple of weeks, and I've been sort of in the midst of that. So I'm looking for any reason to buoy my spirits a little bit, and I got to tell you, this is a great group, and I'm thrilled with the amount of joy that's in this room, and the faithfulness that's in this room, and the energy that's in this room. Yeah. You're all more energetic than Pete, I got to tell you. This is outstanding. He may be as joyful as you, but it's never been. Oh, you mean
we're on good behavior.
I got to tell you,
threatened.
Bobby, we just keep you some microphones here for the next time that you got to keep them quiet. But that is amazing. When we first came in, I was like, "There's no way we're going to be able to record it here."
I know,
But, you
but
guys
see,
are
they
great.
take direction amazingly well. They're the
Stanley.
best,
Well done,
best
Bobby.
people.
That's
they really
awesome.
are.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just say, if we needed a password for this place, it's joy, joy, joy.
joy.
Good. That's
beautiful.
I was at a convocation in Florida 2 years ago. It was of all the Catholic leaders in the United States, and the title of it was "The Joy of the Gospel." And one of the things that was talked about was Pope Francis's writings on the joy of the gospel. Was a book he had written, and Cardinal Tobin was there. And he reiterated something that Pope Francis said is there are no sourpusses in our faith. There should be no sourpusses. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time you've ever heard the word sourpuss in an ecumenical document. But it's true, I mean, that's not to say that we don't have hard things in our lives. We've all gone through difficult moments. But if we can at least have that sense of joy and something to build off of and to buoy us when things are difficult, and the fact that you have community that is joyful, and that is not easy to do, by the way, Bobby. There are lots of large groups of people who are bitter and angry, and they feed off of that bitter and anger on each other. And it seems like the lot of you, not just Bobby, the lot of you have done a great job of keeping all that bitterness and anger away from infecting what is apparently a very joyful group. So kudos to that as well. Way to overcome, because I mean, it's well known that as we get older, most of my body parts aren't working anymore because of I was a football player for a long time, so a lot of parts of me don't work as well as I used to. And that is actually something that I worry about a great deal, is the aches and pains as I get older. And, I've seen a few of you walking a little slowly, so I'm sure that you've got some aches and pains as well. But the fact that you make the effort to come here, overcoming those aches and pains, man, that does my heart good. So congratulations to all of you. I mean, this is fantastic. You guys
Thank
are a
you,
wonderful
Mike.
group of people.
We're thrilled to have you and Pete with us. You know, you're welcome anytime. We'd love for you to
thank
just
you.
come and
We
be
will.
with us.
You can even come without the mics.
Oh, hey. look at that.
Oh, you mean I can
like
come?
that.
I can come without the mic?
Oh, that
Wow.
mean that, Mike.
Well done, Peter.
Perish the thought. Perish the
If
thought.
anybody's wondering, that's the best joke he's told in 109 episodes. That's a great
Amen.
one.
Amen. Thank you. Should I just quit now? Go out on top.
Drop the mic and walk
Drop
away.
the mic. I'm done. No, I want to know. One of the things which we in the very beginning of the podcast, we're asking guests and what is any words of wisdom, any quotes that any of you have learned over the years that has stuck with you, kind of like a mantra or a joke. Can I ask for a
Well,
joke?
this is a joyful thing too, so
It is.
we'll take mantras, jokes, mottos.
Yeah,
Do you want to
sometimes
give that opportunity to one of our seniors,
Exactly.
Pete?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to share? Mayor?
A lifetime motto, something that keeps you going, something that you've stuck with you for many years. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you don't say anything. Somebody throws a mic in your face.
Okay, ladies, speak into the mic. Say what you feel.
I just want to say you should make a point of looking at the chapel. It's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
It's absolutely beautiful.
We will definitely go out
This is
there.
a wonderful. I'm not Catholic,
Oh.
but I've been welcomed here, and it's like my family.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear. That's really great. I think that might be the greatest power of a place like this, that even people of other faiths or even no faiths who could feel welcome in a place like that. That is a true testament to the power of a group and an organization, of a facility.
Absolutely, Mike.
And that takes a good leader.
I am getting that impression that
The
you have a
only
good one
one.
here in Bobby.
The only
Yeah,
one.
that's nice.
They're very partial, Mike. They're just very partial, really.
Well, we're true.
They really
It's
are very
true.
partial. But, you know, to answer your question, Pete, I think one of the things that I have learned from these incredible people is never, ever, ever give up. So when life is tough, God's still with you, and just keep holding on. And if you have a friend to hold on to, then you're even exceptionally blessed. And if not, He's with you, and just keep going on.
Thank you, Bobby. Well, there are many friends here.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're
Yes,
blessed
you know
1,000 times over.
Yes, Pete.
It seems
And the
like.
door is always open.
Thank you very much. Well, I think we're going to wrap up the podcast right now, but thank you very much
Thank
for
you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
This has been a great 45 minutes, and I think we will take you up on your offer of coming back sometime in the future. We'll definitely make
Come
it
back just as a guest.
And by the way, can you all please invite Pete to all of your excursions, because Pete likes to get out. So that's
Yes,
good.
of course, Pete.
Anything, and
Having a party.
Come with it. Oh, you got it.
is it you're doing something for St. Patrick's?
We are
Day,
this
son?
Monday, though, early, Pete,
Monday?
because of Lent being March the 6th.
Oh.
We can't get the dispensation for corned beef and cabbage on Fridays. So we've got to
And
journey
she
it
goes
early.
away to the Holy Land. Bobby's
Yes.
going away.
Oh, congratulations. Good work.
Safe
All right.
travels to you.
Thank you. I'll be praying for all of you.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. It was absolutely wonderful. And Pete, thank you for getting us here finally. And to the listeners, thank you for
you, Mike.
listening in. And anyone who's listening who's... Oh, you got one more comment? Yeah, we like comments.
I just want to say this would never be what it is if it were not for our director.
I like this.
Mother Superior, Bobby.
She copes with anything and just takes care of every little thing that she needs that.
You have
you,
quite
Bob.
the fan
Thank
club
you,
here,
Vera.
Bobby.
I know. I'm very blessed.
All right. Well, thank you to dear listeners, and we hope you enjoyed this. And thanks everybody here. And how about one more round of applause as we go out?